Hi, everyone. Today we're going to look at progress reporting. It's already that time of the year to start thinking about progress reports. The first report cards will probably be coming out in October, and here we are at the end of September. So, definitely need to be thinking about progress reports and collecting our data. So, why do we do progress reports? It's federally mandated, so that's an important part. It informs parents of progress being made on their goals. It gives us an opportunity to look at the goal and maybe the student already met it. And maybe we need to have a new goal, or maybe they are so far off of it and we need to change some things around. So, it's a good chance to review those goals, see where we are with them, and then potentially have an amendment for the goals. It's also a chance to look at our effectiveness of instruction. So maybe we're missing some key elements that are needed to get them to that annual goal. And then there's many, many other things of why progress reports are important. And I'm sure your directors have been sharing those with you all along. So, some common complaints that we hear about here at the SELPA, definitely teachers not having enough time. That's a really hard one, and I'm going to give you some tips and tricks to help progress reports go a little bit faster here in a minute. Another one is that only the grade is being reported on, so that doesn't tell us anything about the skill. It just tells us they're getting an A, B, C, D, or 1, 2, 3, 4 in their class, however grades are reported, but it's not giving us any information on that specific goal that we have created for the child. So it doesn't provide us enough information. Another one that's super frustrating and has happened to me is you inherit an IEP at the start of the year and no progress was written on from the previous year. So you have no idea what happened in this last year. And so it's almost that you're starting from scratch. And then parents complain that they haven't received progress reports. And then the big one is that progress hasn't been reported. We haven't told the parents that the child isn't making any progress. And then here you have this annual, triannual meeting. And it's like, oh, by the way, your kid hasn't made any progress this year. And that can be a little alarming and probably not sit very well with the parents. So, the timepiece is I was a teacher for 15 years. I understand the timepiece is really hard. So you want to be as efficient as possible. So collect that data throughout the year. So don't just wait till right at progress reporting time and then you're digging through trying to see how did they actually do, and keep that data collecting going on. So create a folder for them that you're just throwing that information in there, and then reviewing later when you have time, or create a Google Drive. So a lot of classrooms use Google Classroom. So if an essay was completed and submitted through Google Classroom, their teacher can shoot that to you, and you can create a Google Drive for your students. Train your paraeducators to be able to know those kind of key assignments that you're going to need throughout the year, so that when they're in the classrooms and they're saying, oh, okay, they just had a big unit test, I should make a copy of this test for the teacher, or they just did a big writing assignment, let me make copies of that. So really kind of helping you to be the eyes and ears and collect that information as they go. And then obviously they're a big key one for collecting data on behaviors, for sure. I know that's a big one. Also work with your colleagues. So if you're doing co-teaching in your school district, if they're going to different modified classes where they're seeing different special educators throughout the year, work collectively together to collect those samples. So you don't have to do it all by yourself. Work together as a team, and that's really going to help out. So I'm going to show you some little shortcuts in SACE here. I have a test student. Let me get back to her there. Apologize. So we have Fiona. So if we look at Fiona and we go all the way across right here where it says P/R, that's for progress reports. And we want to click on the pencil. The pencil always lets us know we can edit. So we're going to click on that, and that's going to take us right to our progress report page. So you want to click on the goals that you're responsible for updating. So there could be speech goals on there could be OT goals, so there could be other service providers. So you want to make sure you're only writing on the goals that apply to you. So let's say, I'm going to say for this one that writing and math word problems apply for me. So I'm going to click on those two. Now let's say all of them applied. I could check on this box, check all of them, or I could also uncheck. So just know that's there as well. So once I've checked the goals, I'm going to click on Write Progress on Selected Goals, and that's this green button here. So it's going to take me to this page where I can write on the progress reports. So it has the annual goal, my baseline, objectives if you had objectives. I'm going to click right here. I'm going to select the date. And then where it says summary, that's where I'm going to input my data. So they could do it in 3 out of 4 trials or whatever it might be. Okay, that's going to be your data collection right here. And then this is very important, and I'll show you why in a few minutes. Click yes that you're ready for the progress report. So once you have inputted that information, you need to click that yes button. Okay, so then I do the same thing for the next goal down. I go here, I select my date, I fill in my summary information with all of my data, and then again, I click yes. All right. So I am very fanatic about hitting save on save. So anytime you see that save progress button turn orange and you think about it, hit the save button. And then we'll go to return to progress summary page. Now that yes I told you about for clicking pops up right here. So now I can see, all right, so my writing goal is ready to go. There's a yes. My math word problems is a yes. So I'm good to affirm this. Let's just say this one's a yes as well. Okay, so I'm just going to click yes there as well. So what I then need to do is I want this to be saved on there. All right, so I'm going to affirm it. I'm going to lock it in. I'm going to affirm just that progress report. So I'm going to click on this second green button. And it's telling me only the ones that have yes will be affirmed. And I'm saying, okay, that's great. I got that. Great. So now my progress report is affirmed. Now, while I'm in there, I might as well go ahead and print that affirmed progress report so I can mail it home. As we know, there's so many buttons in SACE to click just to print. So follow that all the way through. And then I'm going to print it. So the view is a little bit different than what your traditional goal page looks like that you're used to seeing when you present it to parents. And so it looks like this. It has it laid out nicely. So I'm going to print that out. And then I'm going to send it home. So talk to your school, talk to your district about how they want these progress reports sent home. Some people mail them home with the report cards, which I think is great and efficient use of time. So that's a great way to do it. Or maybe they're just mailed in separate envelopes. So you talk to your districts and your directors to see how they want you to do that. And then you're all done. You can sit back, find that secret stash of chocolate that I know you have in your desk, pat yourself on the back for a job well done. All right, guys, see you next time.